Welcome back to school. I am so excited to have you in my class this year. My name is Mrs. Tinsley, and I would like to share a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in South Texas, and now I live here in Springdale. I graduated from Harding University with my undergraduate degree and my master's in reading. I love spending time with family, and I'm a huge baseball fan. I enjoy reading, especially adolescent literature. My favorite drink is unsweet tea with lemon, and I love all things Texas with the exception of the Longhorns. I love summertime, and my husband Taylor and I have a 2-year-old daughter named Brooklyn. This is a glimpse into my classroom. I can't wait to see students here soon. Our Springdale School District calendar can be found on our school website as well as my Google site, which I'll talk about later. Here you can see our schedule for this school year. Learning begins promptly at 7:45, and then we will go on to specials at 8:30. When we come back from specials, we will have a 2-hour learning block. Then we will go to our first recess of the day from 11:20 to 11:40. When we come back from recess, we'll have a short block of about 35 minutes before we go to lunch. Actually, we'll stay in the classroom for lunch from 12:15 to 12:45, and I'll talk about that more later as well. After lunch from 12:45 to 1:10, we will have another short learning block before we move on to our second recess at 1:10. Then from 1:30 to 3 o'clock, we'll have our last learning block of the day, and then we will dismiss at 3 o'clock. You can also see our special schedule on this slide. On Monday, we'll have music, Tuesday, library, Wednesday, PE, Thursday, art, and Friday, PE. I have the exciting opportunity to teach 2 grade levels in one class this year, and I know that our students will use this opportunity to really push themselves to learn even more than they can imagine. In reading, you can see that 4th and 5th grade both begin the year with fiction. 4th grade is looking more at interpreting characters and looking at the heart of the story, and 5th grade is focusing on reading fiction text in general and setting goals for themselves as a reader and really taking charge of their reading life. For Unit 2, both of these units focus on nonfiction text, specifically being able to identify main ideas and text structures. In 4th grade, Unit 3 focuses on reading history, while 5th grade is looking more at argument and advocacy. And then both grade levels end the year with fiction book clubs. 4th grade is looking at the historical fiction genre, while 5th grade is looking at the fantasy genre. In writing, 4th grade begins with realistic fiction. In Unit 2, they move to persuasive essays. Unit 3 is about bringing history to life in their writing, and then Unit 4 is about the literary essay. In 5th grade, we also begin the year with narrative writing. Then we will move to opinion writing. In the 3rd unit, they will focus on the research-based argument essay. And then Unit 4, students will learn about graphic novels. And I think that one will definitely be an exciting one. In word study, 4th and 5th grade have very similar standards. We will be focusing on Greek and Latin root words, prefixes and suffixes, spelling, phonics, and of course, grammar and language. In math, our 4th graders will focus on fractions, decimals, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction, rounding, problem solving, and then lines and angles at the end of the year. In 5th grade, students will continue to learn more about fractions, specifically adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. They will read, write, and compare decimals. They need to learn how to multiply multi-digit numbers, and of course, we will continue problem solving. In science, 4th graders will be learning about structures, functions, and information processing in the 1st unit. They will be learning about the transfer of energy in Unit 2. Unit 3 will focus on waves and communication, and then Unit 4 looks at the processes that shape the Earth. In 5th grade, we begin the year looking at properties and changes in matter. Unit 2 focuses on matter and energy in ecosystems. Then Unit 3 and 4 move on to Earth systems and the sun and the moon. In social studies, both grade levels focus on different aspects of American history and economics. Fourth grade also focuses on the three branches of government and their powers, while fifth grade has a geography focus as well. Lunch this year will be different than it has been in the past. We will eat lunch in our classrooms daily, and teachers will be there to monitor for safety. Students can purchase a school lunch or they can bring their own lunch, but please know that there will only be one lunch choice this year, so that is definitely a change from years past. Students can bring their lunch money and pay at school, or parents can pay online through the school website. We will still have 40 minutes of recess each day. We have broken it up into two 20-minute blocks. If students are playing a game where they're not 6 feet apart, they will need to keep their masks on, but we will have designated spots on the playground for students to be able to take mask breaks. Students will also have recess with their own classroom in a different area from others each day. And then each class will have their own play equipment to play with. Okay, and for homework in 4th and 5th grade, we have reading logs. And then, of course, we always love for our students to practice their math facts to make sure that we have those mastered. The reading logs this year will be digital, and they will be due each Friday. 4th grade needs to read 80 minutes at home each week, and then 5th grade needs to read 100 minutes each week. Technology is definitely different this year. Blended students will be able to take their Chromebooks and chargers home each day, but it is very important that they bring them back in order that they have their technology available when they're at school. You can also purchase Chromebook insurance through the office, and I believe we're also sending home a form in the Meet the Teacher bag as well. Be sure to read and sign the technology usage form that we added to the Meet the Teacher bag to ensure that all students and parents are aware of safe internet practices. We will be using 2 different learning management systems this year. One is Google Classroom. This will be used for at-home learning assignments, so students will need to use Google Classroom to access any lessons or assignments while they're working from home. We will also use Google Classroom in my actual classroom. So I think that will be an easy transition. Students will use it during the day when they're with me, so when they do have to work from home, they will know how to access that as well. The other learning management system we're using is Seesaw. In 4th and 5th grade, we're primarily using Seesaw for parent communication. So please download the Seesaw Family app. In your baggie that you received at Meet the Teacher Night, I included a form that shows you exactly how to access my account. There is also a creative and safe way for students to share their work on Seesaw, and so students will definitely be welcome to post their work on there to share with you. This year, doors will be open for car riders and walkers at 7:25. I know that bus riders usually get to school earlier than that, so bus riders will be socially distanced in the halls until 7:25. At 7:25, students will walk straight to their classrooms or to the cafeteria if they need to eat breakfast at school. Dismissal is going to look very similar to years past. The 4th and 5th graders will still be picked up outside the blue hallway. 2nd and 3rd will exit the green hallway. K and 1st will exit at the back of the school. Siblings will still meet up with the youngest sibling in order to exit the building. There are several ways that we can communicate with one another this year. You can always email me at atinsley@sdel.org. You can send me a message using the Seesaw app. Students can communicate with me through Google Classroom. They can send me a message or comment on any assignments or announcements that I've posted there. Just know that I may not always see it right away, because if I'm teaching a lesson to students that are at school, I may not be able to see it on Google Classroom right away. I will also have a Google site that I will be sharing with you soon. It's not quite ready. I still have a few more things to add to it, but I will let you know as soon as that is up and running. There will be a student page and a parent page, so both the student and parents can access that for any information they need. And as always, you can access the Shaw Elementary Facebook page for school-wide information. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can contact me using my email, Seesaw, or by phone. The school phone number is 479-750-8898. I am so excited to meet your students and get to know all of you this year. I know it's going to be a great year. I can't wait to see you soon.